Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another evening of Thursday night basketball at John Doerr Court. I'm Blake Saraga, joined here by my partner Oliver Ridgman, and we're so excited to bring this broadcast to you tonight. If you're just joining us, we had a great game just before the women's basketball team played against the UQAM Citadin women's basketball team, and they had a very, very big win to get their second of the year. Now we have the Stingers in a rematch of the home opener, or excuse me, season opener, beginning of the season. The Stingers fell to UQAM. The score was 66-62 in favor of UQAM. Tonight, the 1 and 3 Stingers are facing the 3 and 2 UQAM Citadin. Oliver, it's going to be a great matchup. I'm just going to introduce the starting lineups for each teams. For the UQAM Citadin, Gardi Jean, Ahmad Sakuba, Leo Verville, Kovakis Hilaire, and McFadden John are going to kick it off for the UQAM Citadin. For the Stingers, they'll be rolling with the same starters from last game when they beat McGill. Starting off for Concordia, number 10 for the Stingers, second-year man, Yohan Léger. Last game, 21 points. He played super well in his last outing. He's been great to start the season. He'll be joined by Anthony Gibson-Maxwell, number 3, the first-year man at Concordia. Then they'll be joined by Victor Bonzu, another hero from last week. 18 points for Bonzu in the win against McGill. And there's Yohan Léger, the second-year breakout star for Concordia. They'll be joined by Giorgio Ozzi, number 12. Been playing some big, big minutes for the Stingers as well. 3 of the players on the court for the Stingers were not on the team last year, Oliver, and now here they are starting for Coach Damian Buckley. And, of course, the third-year man, the all-star, Karam Sali, to round off the starting 5.
Yeah, a very new-looking lineup in terms of this year for Concordia, losing a couple key players at the end of last year, including the sharpshooter, Alec Feneuf, but replacing them with some very good players as well. This is going to be a very exciting game. This was a close matchup in the season opener. We've been looking forward to this rematch, and if we have, I can't imagine how much this Stingers team has been looking forward to get their get-back on the Citadin.
Oh, for sure. They were 4-0 against the Citadin last year, and then falling in the season opener to them in such a close game. Definitely got them going here tonight. Tip-off is now, ladies and gentlemen, and the Stingers come down with it. Giorgio Ozzi kicking it off for Concordia here at John Doerr Court. He'll swing it to Léger. Yohan Léger finding Sali. Sali getting some positioning. Looks to pass it to Bonzu, but a bad turnover, and here comes UQAM. UQAM faking the 3, and there's a drive. Leo Verville can't get anything going there for UQAM, and here comes the Stingers. Léger for 3 to kick it off. It's good! Yohan Léger continuing where he left off last week.
100% great game last week, and he's kicking it off immediately with a 3. That's a transition 3. That is a very, very difficult shot to make as your first shot of the game.
And here's a drive for Hilaire. Hilaire is going to hand it off to Jean. Jean driving in with the right, puts it up, but it won't fall. Rebound by Léger. Léger. Nice move behind the back to get himself free. Ozzy looking for Sali. Sali has positioning. He has the mismatch. Now he has options, but this time the ball swatted out of the air by Jean. Gibson-Maxwell has it now. Amax to Bonzu for 3. No good there. Rebound by UQAM. Here they come now. A chance. Ball almost sails out of bounds, but able to get control on it for UQAM is number 10, Sakuba. His layup is good. It's a 3-2 game in favor of Concordia. Giorgio Ozzi setting the pace here for the Stingers. He did that all of last game. There's Léger finding Sali. Sali is going to bring out that spin move, but Sali, another turnover. And number 11, Leo Verville, starting for UQAM. In the motion now with Jean. Jean back to Verville. Verville almost gets it stripped, and now Jean has it again. Playing that Karam Sali role for UQAM, and he'll kick it out. 4 seconds on the shot clock now. Back to Jean. Jean takes a contested 3. No good. Rebound by Citadin. There's Verville. Verville out to the corner for 3. That one's off the top of the backboard. Bonzu gets hacked in the face, but he'll come down with it. There's Victor Bonzu out to Amax. Amax taking his time now. Gets the screen from Sali. Sali rolls. Amax back to Bonzu. Bonzu back to Gibson-Maxwell. Kicks it to Léger for a 2, and it's true. Yohan Léger.
You can already see coming to the scoreboard is Liam Ngos probably coming in for Karam Sali, who's had 3 costly turnovers to start this game.
Sali's been playing a lot for the Stingers this year, and he's been setting the offense a lot of times at the top of the post. Today, though, it hasn't been working out early in the first quarter. There's Sali one more time at the top. Great pass inside to Léger for his 3rd bucket of the game. It's going to be one of those nights for Yohan Léger, almost getting the steal there as well, and a drive for the Stingers for the UQAM Citadin, and that's another bucket.
You cannot give up a transition basket after making a point. That is unacceptable, Blake.
Agreed. Oliver, and a great pass inside to who else? Yohan Léger, 9 straight points for Concordia.
I have no words. What a great start for Yohan Léger. 9 points in just over 3.5 minutes.
He did it last game, Oliver. 10 points in the first quarter. The game before that, he only had 10 points. Now he has 9. 3.5 minutes into this quarter, just unreal, and he's clearly carrying that momentum from last game into this one.
Sali coming off early here for Liam Ngos. Like we said, a couple turnovers. He was just kind of making his passes a little bit too obvious to start off there. He made up for it. A beautiful bounce pass to Yohan Léger, who finished the layup, but a couple costly turnovers, and they'd already made the decision to make the substitution, so it was too late for Sali to make up for it.
He did have a good lead pass there to the cutter. Léger has been a player, Oliver, that's just been in the right place at the right time all season long.
100%. You saw that flash to the high post when he got the pass from Gibson Maxwell to make that little midi jumper, and same with the transition 3 in the exact spot that you want from point guard to receive a pass.
And I spoke to him at the end of last game. He dropped 21 points, and I asked him how nice it felt to have such a great scoring effort. He said, I don't really care. I just want to win.
100%, a team player, and that's exactly what you want from such a good scorer. A guy that just cares about winning the game. He will do whatever it takes to get the W on the scoreboard for the Stingers.
Stingers up 3 now. Yokovakis Hilaire at the line for the Citadin, and he gets his first of 2 shots to fall. 9-7 for Concordia. Second shot for Hilaire is up and good. He's perfect for his first trip to the line. Giorgio Ozzy is going to bring it up now for the Stingers. Ozzy has Verville on him. He finds Amax. Amax gets the screen from Ghost, passes it out to Ozzy, who's driving baseline, looking for a cutter. Can't find Ghost. Turns it over, and here comes Jean. Jean has a man in the corner. He's looking for Hilaire. He finds him. Hilaire, great pass to Verville for 3. No good. Léger gets a hand in there. Great job at swatting it to Ozzy. Should get the rebound there, but they give it to Ozzy. Ghost back out to Amax for 3. No good, not enough under that one, and UQAM tips the ball in. Léger was trying to get a hand up in there. They'll give it to Léger. Léger said, why not? 11 points now for Yohan Léger. I don't think he touched that ball, Oliver. I'm going to be honest. He almost did, though.
I bet you Léger claims he does.
And a drive there and a rebound for Ozzy. Giorgio Ozzy looking to make the lead pass as he does so well. Waiting for his men to get in position. Ozzy to Léger. Léger squaring up for 3. It's good! Yohan Léger, have a night. Only 5 minutes in, he has all of Concordia's 14 points.
And this is what the point guards are thinking. Feed the hot hand. Keep finding Yohan Léger, and it continues to work as he has 14 early into this first quarter.
And Hilaire with a carry, that was Garrity Jean. Concordia making a substitution now. Jaheim Joseph, another fantastic scorer for the Stingers, is going to check in for Amax. And Duprat is going to check in for Bonzu. You got to keep Yohan Léger out there when he's making plays like that. Just unbelievable.
And as UQAM, now what do? You cannot double Léger because then that leaves a great scorer in Jaheim Joseph wide open. There's nothing you can do here but hope.
Talking about a great score in Jaheim Joseph, baby food, taking it down low and getting his first bucket of the game.
A beautiful jab step leads him to a wide open bump and a right-handed layup. First bucket of the game. After missing the last one, that's got to feel good.
Diawara fading away, but that shot won't fall. Rebound by Joseph. Here comes JJ. But just too much on that pass for Liam Ghost. and it goes out of bounds.
As a big man running in transition, your main goal should be getting to the front of the rim. Never stop until you reach it. A great pass by Joseph, just unable to find the target.
And Dupree just can't find his footing, takes a couple tumbles, leading to a wide open bucket. Referee will say he traveled. He got too cute there, too excited under the basket. I think that was David Williams. And it was.
Never been so wide open, he thought, so he got a little too excited, moved the feet a couple times, and it's a travel. Concordia gets the ball back.
Concordia has doubled the points of the UQAM Citadin, in large part due to Johan Leger's performance here. Ozzy calling for Ghost, finds him. Ghost looking for JJ, not there though. Ghost taking in to the rack on number 15, but nothing there. And here's Williams, lead pass. And a push there is going to be called on the ground. Foul goes on Dupree.
Yeah, Ghost there getting a bit of a talking to from the coaches now because he messed up the play. You could see Johan Leger yelling from the block for him to come through, but he never did, and that led to a tough shot for Ghost, so no real offense created on that last possession for the Stingers.
Here's Ousmane Diawara on the inbound, looking for an option. He finds Williams, but Williams did not like that pass and sails off of his shin, out of bounds. Leger's on the inbound now for Concordia.
A low bounce pass to the feet on an inbound play with 3 defenders around you. I don't really like it either, I'll be honest, Blake. A tough play to make as the receiver of that pass and an understandable turnover. That's a few turnovers early on here for UQAM. A big reason why they only have 8 points with only 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
And Concordia leading the way. If you're Coach Buckley right now, you just keep making schemes for Johan Leger to just keep getting him open.
Here's the great thing. You have a player who starts off this hot. All the attention's going to be on him now. So if they run a set for Johan Leger, I guarantee you there's a second read in this play that leaves either the big man or somebody like Jaheim Joseph wide open off either some sort of, so they're going to set a away ball screen for Leger, and he's going to either slip, dive, or there's going to be a rescreen for somebody else because all the attention is going to be on Leger that they're either going to double or they're going to switch everything to him, and it's going to make some sort of screw up in the defense and leave somebody wide open.
If you can't tell, ladies and gentlemen, my partner here, Oliver, grew up playing some basketball. Great breakdown there, Ollie. And Johan Leger gonna look to keep him going as much as they can. As you said, if they can't find that first option in Leger, they have guys like Joseph. They have a big man like Solly who could create their own offense as well. And speaking of creating offense, Sami Jahan checking in for the Stingers. Here comes Sammy and his Concordia Stingers now on the court with him. Dupree, Joseph, Ghost, and Leger. Here comes JJ. All the space in the world to do what he wants. JJ looking for Leger. Leger passes the ball off the back of Ba. Now it's a 2-on-1 and a chance for UQAM, and they're going to call the foul on Leger.
That's 2 fouls now on Leger early. Yes, he has 14 points, but you don't want him to get into too much of foul trouble early on. We could probably see a substitution for him here before the end of the first quarter.
And you hate that if you're Johan Leger. 2 fouls, he'll go to the bench. When you have 14 points, you kind of just want to stay in. 20 points in the first quarter would be pretty sweet for Johan Leger, but he'll take a rest now, and no doubt he'll come out on the next shift ready to keep hitting shots. Checking in for him is Nino Lambero. Lambero has been putting in some good minutes for Concordia this season. First shot at the line is good for Ousmane Diawara. But the second one isn't. And Lombaro with the board. He has options. Jahan now with it, going in strong. Jahan drawing the foul, and he'll get the veteran call and go to the line for 2.
A good job there by Sami Jahan to get all the way to the basket in transition. If you don't have anything and you have the numbers still, just take it straight to the basket. You haven't drawn a foul all quarter. Take it to the basket hard. The refs are going to want to give you one eventually.
And Sammy taking advantage of his trip to the line. The first one's good.
Sami Jahan, such an important role in that win last week, hitting a huge, huge three-pointer down the stretch. Just a nice little jab step into a three-pointer to seal that game shut.
Jahan never afraid to seize the moment, and he gets the board there. He has options here. He has Dupree in the corner, and he'll find him for 3. No good. Rebound by UQAM. There's Sakuba. Excuse me, Hilaire. Hilaire with the handoff to Ba. Ba fakes the handoff of his own, and he'll spin to the left, looking to get positioning on Duprate. He does. He fades away for two, but it just won't fall, and Joseph comes down with the board. Joseph, defenders all over him, finds Jahan. Jahan again with options. This time out to Lombero. Lombero out to Joseph for three. This time, Jaheim not able to knock that one down, but whenever he puts it up, you just assume it's going in. Duprate with some great defense. There's Hilaire. Hilaire has Sammy on him. Little stutter step. Fakes the handoff through the legs. But he gets denied on the pass from Nino Lambero. And they're going to say it's UQAM's ball.
A great job there by Nino Lambero. You come off the bench and you need to bring a spark. He does that defensively, creating 2 rebounds for Concordia on the last possession, and a great job getting the hand in the lane there, making the deflection and causing a scramble. Only 9 seconds left now on the shot clock for UQAM, so they got to figure something out quick here and get a good shot up.
It's going to be Leo Verville on the inbound for the Citadin, and he finds McFadden Jean. McFadden Jean, we've seen what he could do in the RCQ these past couple of years against the Stingers. They faced off in the finals 2 seasons ago, and the UQAM Citadin able to pull away. McFadden Jean, a big reason for that. That shot won't go, and he'll be on the inbound. Verville starting off. He makes the pass to Jean. Jean taking it in, almost commits a travel, back to McFadden Jean. Jean has 4 seconds now. Can't move his pivot foot, and he just passes it right into the hands of Jaheim Joseph. Joseph taking his time now to Duprate. Duprate has a mismatch out to Joseph. Joseph fading away for 2. Friendly bouncing in for Jaheim.
That's a tough bucket, Blake. Little pro hop into the middle of the paint, fading away to the opposite side. Great touch there by Joseph to get his 4th point of the game.
So good at creating his own shot. McFadden Jean, another errant pass in the hands of Concordia. It's a 4-on-2. Duprate couldn't get a hand on it. Back to Sammy Jahan. Back to Duprate. Goes, can't get position on Verville. Able to control it on the baseline. He had an open shooter, but he'll pass it in the key. Verville able to scoop it up. 2-on-2 here. Verville. Just a wild pass. I don't know who he was going for there, but hits the wall, and Concordia gets it right back.
Both teams need to slow down, get a little bit calm here, make some good passes. UQAM, that's 3 turnovers in a row that have just been errant passes. And for Concordia, a lot of their turnovers coming from their big men early on, getting a little too panicky in the post and just making their passes a little too obvious.
Karam Sali checking in for Liam Gose. Seems a little flustered there. There's a 3 for Sammy, but it just slides off the right side of the rim. McFadden Jean controlling it now. Jean, Euro step inside and 1. And he'll go to the line for an extra shot.
That is a tough bucket there, Blake. A great take to the lane there and a great finish by McFadden Jean. That was obviously a foul there. I could have called 2 or 3 there, 1 on the reach and then 1 on the block there as well. That's a tough finish with the inside hand while falling down onto that same shoulder.
And he just has such a quick first step. You can't really do much when he's driving in at you full speed. Even though he doesn't have the biggest frame, he's able to draw that contact so well. And he converts the and 1 to cut the lead to 7. Jahan to Joseph, and he'll take his time bringing it up. Joseph to Sali, back to Joseph. Joseph likes what he sees there, but a great hand by Jean. Jean has Sammy in front of him. Sammy able to draw the charge, putting his body on the line, and that's a foul on the Citadin.
I could see Sammy wanted to do that. As soon as he saw the offensive player cross half court, he was sizing up that charge. UQAM player coming with a full head of steam. Sammy's a smaller player. I think the same way. Blake, I only stand at 5'8". I know I have no chance at the rim, so guess what? I'm going to take a charge, put the body on the line. That's what every coach likes to see.
Jahan, no stranger to contact on either end of the floor. Amax with a tough pass to JJ. JJ just can't corral it. It'll get knocked out of bounds, though, by David Williams, and Concordia gets another go with 14 to go on the shot clock, 21 to go in the quarter. So they got 14 seconds to shoot this ball.
Concordia being a little bit too complacent with their passes, some soft and weak passes here at the feet of their teammates.
And a great setup for Joseph Solly on the pass, and Joseph kicking it out, but another turnover. There's Jean rising up for two, and he dunks it home. McFadden Jean, electric when he's in stride. 6 seconds to go now, 5-point game, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Amax has it. He's gonna fade away for two, and it just rattles out, and that's the end of the first quarter of basketball. 19-14 the score, Concordia up 5 to end this one.
A great last 3 minutes of basketball there from UQAM. Concordia looking sloppy, multiple turnovers in a row, and multiple bad looks at the hoop. UQAM on the other end running in transition, getting the and one, and then the next play getting the dunk from McFadden Jean. He's been their best player, up to 7 points, half of their points in that first quarter.
And he's the spark, Oliver. He is the engine that keeps that team running with his energy, and Concordia clearly has some things to talk about. UQAM last year wasn't a great team in the RSAQ. This year, they're back. 2 years ago, they won the RSAQ championship, booking a trip to nationals. They had an off year, but this year, starting off 3-2, a chance now to go 2-0 against Concordia to begin this season.
They've definitely flipped the script. Their team looks a lot more solid so far this year, and it's mainly because of McFadden Jean. He is, like you said, the spark plug for that Citadin side. He looks great in transition. He's a tough guy to keep up with. I mean, if Dupré can't keep up with him, who's a very athletic player, I don't know who can. Maybe Gibson Maxwell is your best opportunity with somebody like him. But the thing is, McFadden Jean also a strong player, and we saw it with that and one, able to play through contact. So he's a tough matchup for pretty much anybody on the court. A great job by him to take control for his team and calm them down and get some surefire buckets for them in the second half of that first quarter.
And he's starting to realize that it's a game where he could go off. In UQAM's last game against Bishops, the reigning, defending RSAQ champions, McFadden didn't have a great game. Garrity had 21 and 11. Sakou Ba had a double-double of his own, and then a couple 10-point games off the bench. McFadden Jean wasn't really there in the box score, but today, clearly the driving force for UQAM. Talking about driving forces, Johan Leger, 14 points in the first quarter, matching the score for UQAM in that first quarter, and he didn't even play the last few minutes, Oliver.
Yeah, it was a great job by Johan Leger in that first quarter, but it would be lovely to get him some help from the rest of his team, as the rest of his team only scored 5 points. If you have a guy scoring 14 points, you should put up at least 20 points in a quarter, I think.
Oh, 100%. And Leger is still going to start this quarter on the bench. You can see he's a little frustrated with that. They want to save him for when it matters most. Jean wants the ball. Great step back to get himself open there by David Williams. And now Jean guarded by Lombaro. Jean drawing the contact. He'll put it up for three, but referee didn't like it, and he won't get the call. Goes out of bounds.
McFadden there creating the contact, so it was not a natural jumping motion or shooting motion for him, so no foul called. I like the no call on either side there. A good defensive possession there for Concordia. I'd like to see more like that, where they play good, clean defense, keep their hands up, and don't reach in. Look for the hero play.
Gibson Maxwell taking his time, waiting for the screen from Solly. Doesn't really need it. He'll find Lombaro. Lombaro to Solly down low. He has Jean on him. Solly, not sure what he was doing there. Ba looked like he grabbed that ball and pulled him in closer, and it'll be a jump ball. Concordia is going to keep it.
Concordia trying to stuff it into their bigs early on, but it's been a struggle for them. It's been a struggle for them early on, as they've been creating multiple turnovers off of that. There's this new trend that referees have been doing, and it is waiting to call the foul after they miss the shot. And I don't like that. I think if it's a foul, you call it. If it's not a foul, you don't call it. But that one I thought was good defense there by Solly. Unfortunate for him, as UQAM will get 2 shots.
Yeah, you definitely like to see the referee stand on their decision there with the late whistles. It's frustrating for players, especially when you see them call that a little bit late there, and I know you know that well, Oliver. And here's a shot for McFadden. Second one is good and cuts the lead to 3 for the Stingers.
Concordia really needs to pick up their offensive play here. Their turnovers have been killing them early on here, and it's why they're struggling to score early in the second quarter.
Bonzu and Giorgio Ozzie checked in for Concordia. 8:45 to go in the second. Jab step by Bonzu. Bonzu rising up but won't take it. Leger back in the game for Concordia. Contested 3, but it doesn't matter. Johan Leger can't miss. 17 in the game.
That is a tough 3, a step back 3 contested in the corner, Blake. That is not an easy shot to make, and Johan Leger is making everything look easy right now.
He indeed is in flow state tonight. Oliver cannot miss even if he wanted to. And a foul there on Concordia. Leger outscoring UQAM all by himself. I don't know if he'd win if it was 1v5, but still pretty impressive.
His teammates so far doing a good job of getting him good looks. We saw the first couple looks created by Gibson Maxwell there. The transition 3 find, and then the find in the high post. And then a great pass to the corner there for that second 3 of the game for him.
I don't know if a contested step back 3 is a good look, but I guess when you're Johan Leger, any 3 is a good look.
When you're that hot, any look is a good look,
Oh, yeah.
Blake. And you enter that state where you don't feel like you can miss. And I think Johan Leger has reached that very early on in this game.
21 last game, Oliver. He has 17 before halftime, and we're not even close to halftime. It's 8 minutes left to go and change in this second quarter. Concordia looking to get the ball to the hot hand. Ozzie up top at the logo. Looking for Bonzu for 3. It's good. Victor Bonzu. Don't forget about him. 18 points last game, and he's not going anywhere.
A great job there. That was the exact same play they ran last time down the court. So obviously the entirety of UQAM looking at Johan Leger, but obviously Bonzu, a great shooter as well, wide open in the corner.
McFadden Jean coming off of a great shot there, contested layup, able to rise up and just get that ball off the glass. And Ghost looking for his shooter. He'll drive in with the right hand. Scoop lay won't go. Ghost can't get the board, but Leger, a great pass behind his back to Amax. Back to Leger for 3. Bang! Johan Leger is unstoppable. 20 points in the first half. He can't miss. Another contested 3, and that's good for the UQAM Citadin. Hilaire with a 3 of his own. Victor Bonzu controlling it now for the Stingers. Looking for Ozzie, finds him. Leger, you know he wants the ball right back. Giorgio Ozzie looking for him. 9 seconds on the shot clock, finds Leger. Leger looking to create his own shot, driving in, no foul, and they'll give it to him on the ground. Such an exciting game, and we're only barely even halfway through. We're a third of the way through the game. Johan Leger has 20 points, 20.
Can we talk about that last play? Saving the ball out of bounds, throwing it over his head, immediately getting back into the corner and draining his third 3 of the game.
21 now for Leger. He had 21 in the win last week, and we thought that was a great game. That behind the back pass, Oliver, like you said, it just seems like anything he does, anything he touches turns to gold. And here's a free throw for Leger. And of course, as we're praising him, he misses his first shot of the game, looking to take another contested 3. 21 for him now. There's Leger for 3 again. Oh, he almost really had us going there. 29-22.
I'm at a loss for words right now, Blake. I think you just jinxed him. I think that was the commentator's jinx if I've ever heard it on that free throw.
Don't put it on me, Oliver. I want to see him make it just as much as you do. What a game for Leger. Unbelievable. McFadden Jean has something to say about that. Taking it on, goes stepping back for 2. Off the back of the rim. Rebound by the Citadin. Goes up with the left hand, no good. Gets his own rebound, blocked by Leger. Or it might have been Bonzu, I don't know and I don't care. Here comes Amax. Anthony Gibson Maxwell controlling it. Leger giving him the screen on the right side. Amax back to Leger. Is he gonna take a deep 3? No, he'll step back for 2. And it's true! Johan Leger Oh my goodness!
He's unconscious. I guarantee you he does not remember any of this tomorrow. He is in a state that we have never seen him in before. 23 points in the first half so far.
Just unbelievable. I'm on my feet and it's only the second quarter. Johan Leger putting on a masterclass, keeping up with the UQAM Citadin in the box score all on his own. Bonzu now out to Ozzy. 5:40 to go in the game. Bonzu with an open attempt at a three. He'll drive inside and look for Amax, but he'll get fouled as he rose up for two and he'll go to the line.
They've ran that play 3 times now, and it's worked all 3 times. Once for a Leger 3, once for a Bonzu 3, and now he'll head to the free throw line for 2.
This game has been just so fantastic to watch for Stingers fans. It's a close game, but it doesn't really feel like it when you see the type of performance that Johan Leger is putting on right now. And the Stingers have some things to talk about. 5:30 to go in the second. Oliver. The game plan has to just be give it to your best player, because that's what Johan Leger is right now. He's the best player on the court.
He is 100%. Well, he was the best player on the court, but now that he's been subbed off, Concordia is going to have to look at somebody else to get a bucket here. And Amax is never a bad choice. He's been doing a great job at bringing the ball up the court, but they've gone for definitely a shooter-heavy, big-heavy lineup here.
Bonzo goes 50% at the line on that trip. Here come the Citadin. There's Ousmane Diawara. Diawara looking for an option now. He'll kick it out to Williams. Williams on Amax. That's a mismatch. Hands it off to Ba. 4 seconds on the shot clock. He'll put it up for 2, and it's good. A contested 2, but it doesn't matter. Ahmad Sakou Ba gets it to go. Now Ozzy. Pass first player as always. Giorgio Ozzy, quick move out to Dupre. Dupre looking for a cutter. He'll rise up for 2. Off the back of the rim, it won't fall. The Citadin keep it going right now, and Yahokavakis Hilaire drawing the foul.
Yeah, definitely an arm on him all the way up the court there. Maybe looking for the substitution as the main man, Sammy, comes back onto the court. You need some scoring. And right as I say that, Karam Sali comes back in, the all-star. A great big man down low. Especially with Jean going off the court now, you want to bring in somebody like Sali. Use that size advantage that you have while you can use it.
And Soli's been quiet tonight. 0 points and 2 fouls for him, but he's not able to disrupt the layup of Leo Verville. Dupre finds Ozzy. Ozzy waiting for Jahan, but he's not open. Giorgio Ozzy. Nice crossover out to Bonzu for 3. Won't go. Rebound Sali. Sali getting position on Williams. And that pass was going nowhere. Great save by Dupre, but now the Citadin just able to take advantage and make that layup, and Concordia is going to call a timeout. Coach Buckley has some things he'd like to discuss as it's now a 2-point game.
Concordia is going to have to figure out how to score without Johan Leger. You cannot rely on one player to win a game. Yes, we've seen it happen before in many basketball games, but at the university level, it's a completely different game than it is from the pros. You can't rely on Johan Leger. He is an unreal basketball player, but he cannot play 40 minutes of basketball and keep up that level of shooting and that level of intensity. It's impossible at this level.
They're running the same plays that they're running for Leger for Victor Bonzu as they did last week, and we saw Bonzu hit a 3, but just hasn't been as efficient as Leger. No doubt, though, they have been looking for him, as well as trying to draw some schemes up for Jaheim Joseph, but when you're a player like Joseph, you're all over the scouting reports, so no doubt UQAM knows not how to stop him, but how to try and stop him.
Yeah, when you have somebody like Jaheim Joseph on your team, the opposing team is going to look at you in film for at least 3 hours before the game starts, and you have to understand that as a player, so you have to figure out new ways to score. It's a tough thing for somebody, but if there's anybody up to the task, it is Jaheim Joseph. What I'd like to see Concordia do is keep the ball moving on the outside. A lot of their success has come from outside the three-point arc. They've been trying to stuff it inside to their big men, and their big men have been turning it over early on. UQAM's done a great job of collapsing on the big man, so when they try and kick it out, it's a really tough pass for them, and it turns into about 4 to 5 turnovers so far this game.
No doubt, Oliver, as much as Solly and the rest of the bigs on the Stingers are good at running an offense at the high post there and in the key, you can't rely on your bigs to run the entire offense. Solly with a handoff to Ozzy. Ozzy out to Duprate for 3. No good, though, for Concordia. Rebound there by Diawara. Diawara, they didn't call the carry there, but they'll call a jump ball.
That's a good call there. Both players committing infractions within a quarter second of each other, a foul and a carry. So just call it a jump ball as a referee. 18 seconds on the shot clock for the Citadin to write something up here.
Leo Verville getting it baseline, driving in with the lay, and the foul to boot. Verville and 1 going to the line.
UQAM with a chance to take their first lead of the game here, and a mass substitution coming here for Concordia. Coach unhappy, taking all 5 players off. Not something you see too often, usually more of a hockey move.
Yeah, Concordia was up at the beginning of the game, 16-8 at one point. 8-point lead. Now the game is 32-32. No doubt Coach Buckley is a little disappointed with how his team's been performing. Full substitution, like you said, Nino Lamboro coming in for the Stingers, as well as MDJ, Miguel Doyon-Jérémy out there, as well as Amax, Yohan Léger, and Jaheim Joseph. Out to MDJ, driving in. He'll kick it back out to Amax. Amax gets the screen. Back to MDJ. Gets the ball stripped, however, by Sakou Ba. And Léger with a great hand in there. Now he has a 3, and it's good! Yohan Léger keeping his big night going. 26 points in the first half. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
A great job there by Léger, creating the second chance. Another bad turnover by Concordia, but Léger gets the steal, hounding the defense, and then drains the 3.
I have never seen a scoring effort like this before, Oliver, in a first half. It is sensational. Layup there for the Citadin converted. Now it's a 1-point game. Anthony Gibson-Maxwell hands off to MDJ. To JJ, back to Amax. Amax gets the screen from Léger, same play as before. JJ now driving in strong. He'll put it up for 2. Won't go, though. Léger comes up with the board, puts up the shot, and JJ will come down with it and draw the foul. Concordia dominating on the glass.
A great job there by Jaheim Joseph and Yohan Léger, keeping the play alive. No, they were not the best layup attempts, but if you're going to get third, fourth chance points, you cannot complain as a coach. Great job there by the 2 big guys.
And Léger just throwing that one up there. But to be honest with you, I thought there was a chance it was going in, because anything he puts up seems to be going in this evening. And it's going to be Amax on the inbound, and Léger was wide open there in the key. And a kicked ball is going to lead to the Stingers getting it right back. Léger was due for a wide open lay right there. Amax to Duprate in the corner. Duprate gets the screen from Léger, kicks it right back to him. Léger baseline for 2. Unfriendly bounce, though, this time, and Williams comes up with it. Lead pass there, but it's knocked into the hands of a Citadin. Verville for 3, rising up, but it won't fall. JJ playing jump ball with Ba, but they'll say it was off the hands of Joseph, and Citadin are going to control it.
Some hot potato from both teams there, juggling for the ball. Ends up being UQAM.
And a great attempt there, but it won't fall. Rebounded by Léger. He picks it up and passes it over to Amax. Amax, nice crossover out to Léger. Léger stepping back for 3. This time it won't fall. Fans were silent. The heat check that doesn't seem to end just ended. Léger still 26 points so far, 2 minutes to go. McFadden Jean kicks it out to Verville, and they're going to say an offensive foul on McFadden Jean.
A great job there by the Concordia defender. As an offensive player, you never expect a charge to come after you've made the pass. So if you stay grounded, you take the charge. It's a cheeky way to get an offensive foul, but it works. And you can see the coaches throwing up a horn set. We'll probably see the 2 big men at the elbows.
And there's Amax looking for Léger and finds him. Léger out to the corner for JJ. JJ rises up for 2, and it's good. Concordia getting their offense going. in the second quarter. A pass to Ba. Ba can't get it to go, and it's off the hands of Saku Ba. Concordia, a chance now to really extend that lead. 3-point game with 1:30 to go. They want all the points they could get heading into the locker room.
And it looks like they're going straight back to the horn set. So what you'll see in a horn set traditionally is either two guys at the elbows, or they're going to draw something else up now that I say this, but I'll still explain the horn set. Two big men at the elbows, either a pitch into one of them, or you're going to see a double screen at some point, which we saw in that last play. They took the drag to the left and then a double screen for Amax at the top, which led to the rolling Johan Leger and a finish from Jaheim Joseph.
And a beautifully drawn up play for Concordia. Ended up working out. Timeout now called by the Stingers. They have some time. They could get a couple buckets here in this second quarter to end it off going into the locker room. A lot left to be left to the desired for UQAM. They've been staying in the game. It's been a neck and neck game, but it still feels like they've been being outperformed on both ends.
It feels like they're being outperformed because of how good Johan Leger has been playing in this first half. I think UQAM has done great things at the start of this second quarter to bring themselves back into the game. They were in a bit of a hole apologies, to start the game because of Johan Leger, but they've done a good job to slowly fight back one possession at a time. They built up some great defensive stops, caused some turnovers, and then it obviously caused some buckets on the other end because you have such a fast player like McFadden Jean. If you can get steals, get turnovers, you're going to create easy buckets for yourself on the other end.
And Concordia is going to be on the inbound here in their own territory. UQAM running a full court press. Dupre able to get himself open, and he's going to look for an option. He's guarded by Milan Robichaud. Robichaud seeing his first action for UQAM, and now it's Joseph. Joseph looking to dissect Saku Ba. Ba to Leger, but Leger just can't corral it. Joseph comes up with the steal now, but he gets the ball stripped almost right away. Ba! And that's going to be another charge committed by the Citadin. This time, Johan Leger on the receiving end.
We saw after the turnover by Jaheim Joseph, Leger stood at the free throw line waiting for the charge. He knew the UQAM player was going to be turning around out of control, looking to go to the basket, and all he had to do was take a bump, and it's a charge. A great job, some great awareness there by Johan Leger.
And Leger, he was more excited after drawing that charge than he was after any of the 26 points that he scored so far in this game. Just goes to show the type of basketball player he is. Here's Dupre to JJ. JJ sees something he likes, and they'll call a foul on the ground. He'll give a little shove there to Saku Ba. JJ's going to get 2 shots at the line.
Yeah, either way there, he was heading to the line as the Stingers are in bonus. It's been an aggressive game to start off. There has been some hard fouls, so some talking here early from Jaheim Joseph.
Joseph, usually a silent killer on the court. He doesn't really say much, but clearly Ba getting a little handsy there. JJ usually makes his free throws, so the Stingers hope that they could extend this lead to 5, excuse me. Johan Leger is going to go take a seat, take a well-deserved rest after dropping 26 points in 1 half. JJ's first shot is up and good. A chance now for a second. Leads at 4 for Concordia.
I have not seen a performance like that in the first half since Klay Thompson dropped 37 in a quarter.
Didn't Kevin Love drop 30 in a quarter? Did that also happen?
He sure did.
Pretty sure the same year.
A couple ballers dropping some big buckets.
Johan Leger is one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
And a deep 3 for Robichaud off the back of the rim. There's Lombaro with the board. He'll kick it to Amax. Amax, chance at a 2-for-1. Stingers got to hurry up. Amax to JJ. JJ driving in once again, and easy layup, but he smokes it, and the ball is off the foot of Leo Verville, and Concordia gets it right back. The shot clock won't be turned off because it'll reset to 14 seconds. 23 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, turnover in the half court, so they only get 14 seconds. Concordia smartly using their last timeout of the half. With only 23 seconds left, I don't expect you to be calling another one. Jaheim Joseph there missing the easy layup, but not giving up on the play, getting a hand on it to cause that turnover. We've seen that a couple times in the past few possessions. He's caused a turnover or a missed shot and then gone and got the ball back himself. So great job there, not giving up the play. Something you really want to see from your star players is that hustle, is that never give up energy, and it really inspires the rest of the team, especially the younger guys when they get their chance to go out there, that they know that a player like that hustles all that much and will give his all. It makes you want to go out there and give your all as well.
On a team like the Stingers, the culture for the past couple of years has just been defense, defense, defense. And that's really what gets you on the court. As I'm sure you know, defense leads to offense and defense leads to minutes. We saw Yohan Leger, one of those younger players you spoke of, only in his second year, but he looks like a poised veteran out there on the floor. He's also been making some defensive plays as well. Him and Jaheim Joseph are the two main guys on offense this year for Concordia. Simply way to put it. So we'll see what they could do in the second half as the first half is about to wind down. Another chance, though, before they go to the locker room here. What do you think they're going to run?
It's a tough guess. None of these players on the court have been super hot, but I expect a couple screens coming for Jaheim Joseph as he's sitting under the net currently, so there's probably going to be a couple down screens for him.
And a couple screens indeed. Amax finding a cutting Ghost. Liam Ghost digs his shoulder into the defender, but this time the call will go against the defense, and Ghost will go to the line for two.
Yeah, he was definitely in the restricted area there, and he was in the air. Ghost was in the air, so it won't be a charge. A great job there, great awareness to get the bucket up before it turned into a charge. That play design there was a complete distraction play for Jaheim Joseph. They wanted to make it seem as he was going to get the ball, and it left and Ghost wide open driving into the lane.
And Ghost able to maximize his chance at the line with a first free throw there. Let's see if he can knock down the second and extend the lead to 6. That he does. Second shot is up and good for Liam Ghost. 22 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Here's Leo Verville. Verville getting double teamed by the Stingers, and they're able to steal it. Here's Jaheim Joseph rising up, gets fouled, but no call, and Ghost puts it in. 8 seconds to go now. Here's UQAM looking to break the press, and they do. Almost another steal. There's Robichaud for 3, but it goes nowhere. Ball's tipped up and in for Leo Verville, and he beats the buzzer. What a wild end to the second quarter. Concordia steals it. Ghost gets the lay, and Verville with just a circus shot to beat the buzzer. 6-point game, 42-36 after 2, Oliver.
That was an insane ending to the second quarter. A great job on the press there by Concordia to get the steal and the easy bucket. All UQAM needed to do was drain the clock, get the last shot, and maybe bring this to a closer game. Concordia gets an easy bucket. And then a great job on defense by Jaheim Joseph to get the block, a couple tips, and it's somehow in the basket, and it's a 6-point game at halftime.
And it's as if that steal from Joseph and the bucket from Ghost never happened, because UQAM erased it with that wild bucket there. So I guess even Stevens, at least in the last 20 seconds there, 42-36 to end the first half. What have you liked so far from Concordia after 2 quarters of play?
The one thing I have liked is the ability to get through their plays, ability to get not finding the first look, not finding the second look, but finding the third look. One thing you see with teams is that they'll call a play and they'll try and get it done within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock. You don't need to. You got 24 seconds. Use your time. And they've been getting the third look, and that's why Yohan Leger has been able to get so many baskets. That play that we've seen ran so many times, which is called shooter, leaves the shooter wide open in the corner, which is usually Bonzu. But you saw he didn't get that look, so Leger came over and he had the step back 3 in the corner. So I've liked their play calling. I've liked that they've gotten through all their plays, but they really need to clean up their turnovers. When they're not getting through their plays, they're just giving it up. And on the other end, UQAM doing a great job in transition, capitalizing on their turnovers. They've scored on pretty much every single one of Concordia's turnovers, so a great job. Keep hassling the big men inside and make those transition points, especially when you have somebody like McFadden Jean who can get up and down the court so quickly.
A very, very close game. Concordia definitely has to limit their turnovers. Oliver, if they're going to extend this lead, no doubt they could be up a lot more if they play a little bit more disciplined when UQAM starts to put on that pressure. 42-36 is the score after 2 quarters. It's been a great game so far for Yohan Leger, especially 26 points in the first half, something we have not seen here at Jean Dore Court. 21 in his last outing, blowing past that mark so far already. So excited to see what transpires in the second half. Oliver, we'll be right back with you in just about 10 minutes to give you the first half stats We'll be right back soon with more Concordia basketball. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for more Stingers basketball. If you're just joining us, it's been a great game. It's been a great game so far. 42-36 is the score in favor of the Stingers. Johan Léger, 26-point first half for the second year man. Number 10, Oliver, he's just been lights out today. Concordia, a few things haven't been going their way, turning over the ball, as well as some missed opportunities in the paint. But so far, they're up against the team that they lost to start the season.
Yeah, 100%. A better start to this game than the last, obviously. And it comes down to the simple stuff. They're shooting 47% from the field, 40% from three, which is unreal. The one thing weighing them down is they're shooting 60% from the free throw line, something they'll look to clean up in the second half. Whereas the Citadins, shooting 44% from the field as a team, not bad at all, but 11.1% from the three-point line so far this game. Something they're going to look to improve on. They have some great shooters out there, just not capitalizing. They are winning the free throw battle, though, shooting 70% from the free throw line in that first half.
And the Stingers looking to keep cooking in the second half. Start of the third quarter is officially underway. Karam Sali with a handoff to Giorgio Ozzy, but he gets stripped by Leo Verville. Leo Verville, just a series of unfortunate events for the UQAM Citadin there for Verville, especially. There has to be an open man here. Léger gets it out to Amax. Amax to Giorgio Ozzy. Ozzy back to Amax. Looking for Sali. And he fades away for a deep two, but just can't get it to go. Léger wanted the ball, clearly.
He was sprinting over towards the ball, looking to get it. Both of the Concordia point guards, 2 point guards that are great at passing the ball and look to pass the ball first, but sometimes earlier in the shot clock need to look to get their own bucket. Waiting until the last couple seconds is going to make it very difficult to get your own number, call your own number, and make your own play.
It certainly will. And here is McFadden Jean for the Citadin. 9 points leading the way for his club. There he is for two. Off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound by Duprat. Duprat starting us off here in the second half. There's Amax. Amax looking to find Sali. Can't get it to him, though. Sali gets a little screen there, and Léger just can't find himself open. Amax to Bonzu. Sali trying to get his teammates free. He's deep for three, and that's another one for Johan Léger. 30 points. 26, actually. 29. Third time's the charm. 29 points for Johan Léger to start this quarter. Foul there won't be called. There's Hilaire. Hilaire finds Jean. Jean putting the moves on Sali, spinning around for two.
A great move there, making it a 7-point game. Léger coming out of the gates with another three-pointer. This guy's been nothing but hot this game.
There's Duprat. They're looking to scheme something up for Bonzu in the corner. They do. Bonzu can't get an open look. He finds Sali. They'll say it was a kicked ball, and it'll go back to Concordia on the sideline.
That's a big break for Concordia. Only 5 seconds on the shot clock, and your point guard doesn't have his dribble. That's going to be tough to make a play of, but now you get 14 seconds on the clock, and you get a whole new opportunity to run whatever you want.
Bonzu looking to get open. Léger with positioning. He gives it back to Amax. Amax out to Bonzu for three. It's good. Victor Bonzu with a big shot to extend the lead to 10.
When you have somebody so hot as Johan Léger, it is such an advantage to have him as a screen setter now because he takes all the distractions with him.
And Sali with a block attempt there, but the rebound will go to Jean. Jean will convert that layup to cut the lead to 8. The Concordia Stingers looking to get their players open with a lot of pressure on Johan Léger. Bonzu also a player that could get it going, and they'll call an offensive foul. Karam Sali was backing down his opponent there and giving him a little hit to the face. It looks like he'll help him up. Another sign of good sportsmanship here at John Doerr Court tonight.
Obviously unintentional, but just gave him a bit of a elbow to the face, causing the offensive foul. Sali looking like he's set to check out here as he commits his third foul. Understandable, 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. You don't want your best big man to foul out or be in foul trouble and not be able to play the aggressive defense that he can. We saw that block shot on the last possession, but when you're in foul trouble, you just can't play defense like that.
They definitely Want to give him some time to sit on the bench there. Here comes Hilaire. Hilaire looking for a pass down low. He finds Jean. Jean looking to back down his opponent there. Not able to get that one going. Victor Bonzu on the rebound. Amax now looking for Leger, and he finds him. Leger looks to spot up. Instead, he drives. Phaeton back. He'll find Amax. Amax out to Duprate. Back to Gibson Maxwell. Putting the moves and going up for two. Amax bringing the lead back to 10.
A bit of a messed up play there by Maxwell, but he makes it work and gets the wide open layup for his first bucket of the game.
He's one of those players, every time you see him score, it's like pure backyard hoops.
He's a raw hooper, that's for sure.
And Liam Ghost looking to force the steal, and he does. Johan Leger controlling it. He'll find Amax. Amax running point now for Concordia. Back to Leger, but he gets the ball knocked out of his hands. It's a 4-on-1 here. Jean taking on Maxwell. Easy there for Gerdy Jean. Nothing Maxwell Gibson could do there at all.
And you got to wonder, where was the rest of his team hustling back on defense? I know it was a tough turnover, but you still got to get back and help a man.
100%. And there's Duprate. At the logo now. Jean on him. Ghost finds the cutter in Maxwell. He goes up and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line. Great movement off the ball.
So that is the same play that we have seen ran for Bonzu in the corner, but they went for the second read here. Defender goes out with Bonzu to the corner, which leaves Ghost wide open at the top of the key, and a great pass inside to Gibson Maxwell. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for two.
Movement off the ball, so key for Concordia now. Looking to get open shots. They're not getting anything open at the three like they were earlier in the game. Now they really have to make it happen on their own. Maxwell, great job at making that first free throw.
And it all comes down to cutting and consistently moving. If you pass the ball, you got to either go set a screen or get open, cut, find a new place to go. You cannot stay stagnant. You cannot stand still, because offense will just cool right down.
Agreed there. And here are the Citadins. Leger playing some good defense. And there's Jean with a mid-range of his own, but it won't go off the back of the rim. Concordia has space now. Amax waiting for his teammates. Finds Duprate almost halfway through this third quarter. Duprate clearing a lane for himself. He likes this matchup, taking on Verville. He'll fade away for two. And it just rattles out. Rebound by Ba. Ba finds Jean. Great screen there, and Jean finds the wide open Verville, but he couldn't get his hand on it for the second time. Verville will fall out of bounds, clearly frustrated there, but he was smart to smack it off the hands of Amax.
Verville struggling early with keeping control of the ball. We saw that turnover at the start when he had the fast break, hitting it off his own foot, and they're just bobbling the easy pass to the corner. He has been struggling, but he had a solid first half, so it's quite surprising.
A great reverse layup there for Hilaire. Great feed under the basket, and he puts it up. Nothing fancy there. Duprate to Jahan. Jahan's back in for Concordia. Jahan gets the screen. Out to Bonzu for three. Bonzu got contact there, but no call. Liam Ghost going up for the board, didn't get it. Gerdy Jean, another board for him. And he's looking to put the moves on. The big man driving in, drawing contact. And it's a blocking foul on Emmanuel Duprate.
Duprate just outside of the lane. Jean was going towards the basket, and Duprate was away from him. So the contact was not enough for it to be a charge, but enough for it to be a block.
And Duprate's going to stay in the game here for Concordia.
Only a second foul, so understandable.
And Gerdy Jean's been playing some great basketball today for the Citadins. A big man, but he's pushing the pace. He only has 1 point, but plenty of rebounds. Last game, when the Citadins beat the Bishop's Gators, he had 21 points and 11 rebounds. It's a great team. Etienne Gagnon and Charles Robert are two of the best bigs in the RSAQ and even the country. So Gerdy Jean playing some really good basketball in this two-game stretch now. Duprate gets the ball off the inbound. Concordia avoids the backcourt violation. Leger, a lot of pressure on him. 29, he's looking to break 30. Sami Jahan now driving in. Left-hand lay is up and in for number 9. Jean coming in hot. Looking to draw contact. He puts up a layup of his own, and Victor Bondu rising up for the rebound. Great job at drawing the foul. That's going to go against Gerdy Jean.
With the Oscars coming up soon, Bonzu maybe an opportunity to win one. A good job at drawing the foul and making more of it. A great job there by Sammy Johan as well, making the layup, a very tough one at that, and then getting in the way of McFadden Jean, causing him to miss that layup. And then a great job there by Bonzu to hustle in on the rebound. We've seen Johan Leger being grabbed and hassled with on almost every play. He has been struggling to get open in the second half. Obviously the game plan from UQAM.
Jahan rising up for two, won't fall, but Ben Fuster, the man from down under, comes off the bench and converts a big and one for the Stingers.
As a coach, you cannot ask for much more than a sub in his first minutes of the game, get an offensive rebound and get an and one. That was textbook from the big man.
Great job there for Fuster, providing some quality minutes for Concordia whenever he's called upon. Can't convert the and one. Jahan soaring out of nowhere there to secure the board, but he can't. McFadden Jean, speedy as always. Spreading the floor now, rising up against two defenders. Jahan securing the rebound this time. He's coming in hot now. He has options. Sammy driving in, but the ball gets poked out. They'll say it bounced off his knee, and it'll go to Concordia. It'll go to UQAM. Concordia begging for the ball back there. It looked like it was poked out by Citadin, but referees say otherwise.
If that's not Concordia's ball, I don't know how that's not either a block or a charge. Either way, just a no call there that leads to an out of bounds.
Jean has Dupre on him. McFadden Jean calling the play. He'll hand it off, and he'll get it right back. Excuse me, that's Verville actually. Now Jean gets it back to Leo Verville. Verville going baseline against Leger. Verville rises up. Leger grabs that board. It's a 2-on-1. He finds Dupre. Dupre looking for Sammy. Sammy going up, and it's in. No foul, but it doesn't matter. Sammy Jahan embracing the contact. Another big bucket for number 9.
That was a tough bucket from Sammy, coming off the bench, and 6 quick points from him.
Gerdy Jean, the big man, calling his shot against Ben Fuster, taking a 2-on-1, fading away for 2. Nothing there, another rebound for Jahan. Jahan has options, coming in strong, drawing contact again. The layup is up and good. No foul, but the bucket. Heating up now, Sammy Jahan, and UQAM calls a timeout.
With the defense so pressed on Johan Leger, Sammy Johal has stepped up and made 6 quick buckets in the second half. 3 tough buckets from Sammy. The rest of the team stepping up, helping to get that scoreboard, and you can see that now that they have that 15-point lead. The rest of the team chipping in, that scoreboard starting to fill up for the Stingers.
It certainly is. Jahan gets the rebound for the second play in a row, going coast to coast, making another tough layup. That's his 3rd tough layup of the quarter. Whether he's drawing the contact and getting the foul or not getting the foul at all, is just being able to concentrate and get that ball against the glass with the right amount of touch. It's just what you love to see for a player like Sammy. 15-point lead, Oliver. Just a few minutes ago, we were starting this 3rd quarter, and it was a 4 or 5-point game. Concordia really putting the pedal to the metal here.
Yeah, they've done a great job in this second half on pushing the ball. Something that UQAM did a lot in that first half was playing the transition game, but they've forced now some tough shots, some bad shots from UQAM, and a couple turnovers that have led to buckets for the Stingers. And Sammy at the front runner, that playing the transition game, doing a great job at using the attention that has been going on Johan Leger the whole game to his advantage and getting 3 quick buckets.
And UQAM very familiar with this site. Sammy Jahan's been giving them buckets for a few years now. And here's Saku Ba with a handoff to Hilaire. Hilaire rising up for 2, and it's true, but they'll say it's not. Foul on the ground. The shot won't count, and Jaheim Joseph is going to check in, and it will count.
Basket's good, but an off-ball foul. So that's 4 on the Citadin now, so Concordia in bonus for the rest of the quarter. 1 more foul occurs, and it is bonus. So great job there by the Stingers. Only 3 minutes, but it's still something.
Jaheim Joseph now on the inbound for Concordia. He'll find Jahan. Jahan back to JJ. JJ gives it up again. A few turnovers now for Joseph, and a great alley-oop attempt, but Jean can't get a hand on it. Here's Dupre. Dupre coming in hot off a pass from Sammy. Now it goes back to number 9 for 2, but no, not this time. Instead, he'll go to the line.
Finally, Sammy gets the foul call to go his way, unable to finish the layup this time, but he'll get 2 shots, looking for his 7th and 8th of the quarter.
Starting to put the game into his own hands here. Like you said, Oliver, he's realizing that they're playing really tight behind the arc there, and he's just driving it in by himself. So
100%. Concordia killed them from 3 in that first half. Like I said, shooting 40%, a great performance for them beyond the 3-point arc. So now Sammy using that to his advantage and taking it into the paint.
9 points now for number 9. There's Hilaire. Hilaire has Victor Bonzu on him. Bonzu been playing big minutes. Robichaud looking for position, hands it off to Ba. Ba taking on JJ, fading away. No, and Jahan with another rebound. That's his 5th of the quarter. Jahan picks it up and finds his teammate before committing the travel, but it'll sail out of bounds.
Bit of a no-look pass there from Dupre. Maybe not the best look. Just find it inside, get it to your big man, and so you can start the play.
Ben Fuster was there down low.
Speaking of, he's causing some issues down low, disrupting the big man, getting them a little bit annoyed.
And that's another shot off the mark for Robichaud. Ben Fuster causing issues down low. He is the man from down under, coming out of Australia here, playing for the Stingers, bringing in his own brand of physical basketball off the bench. And look at him with a box out, and he draws the foul. Instead, they'll call it on Ben Fuster. No, he'll go to the line for 2, so he did draw the foul, able to get that positioning there. And Sakou Ba wasn't having it, just pulling him back out of bounds. Great job there by Fuster.
As soon as Fuster checked in, he started causing issues for the big man, drawing fouls, and because it's bonus now, he will get 2 shots. Just annoying the big man down low. A great job. As a short, pesky, annoying guy myself, I can appreciate some good gamesmanship like that.
And Fuster unable to get the first one to fall, but now because of his efforts on the box out, the Stingers are in bonus. Another chance here from the charity stripe to even out his shooting, and he does. Fuster with a big free throw there to get his total to 3. He'll check right back out, but he did his job for sure. Yohan Leger checking in for the Stingers. Leo Verville now covered by JJ. Verville. And a 3 for Hilaire. Won't go, but guess who? Sami Jahan rebounding like he's Karam Sali tonight. He'll get fouled and he'll fall out of bounds and presumably go to the line for 2 shots.
No, that's going to be called an out of bounds on Sami Jahan after he gets tossed out of bounds.
Makes no sense.
An unfortunate play for him, as he did a great job to rise up and get that rebound. Got to watch out for Robichaud, who's a shooter here on this play.
And a pass inside for Williams, blocked by Yohan Leger. Leger making it happen on both ends. Amax now controlling it. 14-point game in favor of Concordia. A minute left to go in the 3rd quarter. Leger with a massive block. Hand off to JJ. JJ doesn't need the screen. Taking Verville one-on-one. Drawing the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Some confusion on the play call there. Something that I was complimenting in that first half was Concordia's ability to get into their sets, get into their plays. Struggling with that a little bit in the second half. A lot of their points off transition, off broken plays, just being set by the point guards.
JJ's first of 2 is good from the line. 15-point game with a bit less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Oliver, Concordia has been able to extend this lead now back to 15. Do you think they have what it takes to continue to pour on the scoring here? They've been doing it in the paint now rather than from behind the arc.
You got to continue with this pressure defensively. That's where it all starts, and this press is a great example of it. But they need to continue to get rebounds and continue to be aggressive on the boards if they want to keep this lead.
Hilaire with a great layup. It was contested there. Pressure didn't matter, and Jahan was cutting in, and Amax found him, but the pass was a little late. UQAM gets it right back.
If you want to win games and keep a lead like that, you cannot be giving up turnovers. Empty possessions like that with no shot is a coach's nightmare.
And there's Diawara finding Robichaud in the corner. They say he steps out of bounds. Shot didn't fall regardless. Concordia now 26.5 seconds left on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. So they have a lot of time here, 24 seconds to take this one, and then leave UQAM with maybe a last second heave to end the quarter. Here's Jahan, guarded by Robichaud. Jahan looking for JJ, off ball foul, won't be called. JJ gets the screen, and then there's a foul there. They'll call it on Joseph. They'll say it was on the offense. Stingers fans disagree, and now UQAM gets it back with 11 seconds.
Joseph having a tough game so far, only 9 points for him tonight, and a few bad turnovers, including that last one.
Turning over the ball a lot more than usual. Here's Leo Verville almost falling to the floor again, rising up for two. Won't go, but put back by David Williams to beat the buzzer. 65-53 to end the third quarter. 12-point lead for the Stingers going into the fourth. A turnover leading to a bucket off a great rebound and put back for David Williams. UQAM slowly starting to creep back just a little bit, but overall a solid quarter for Concordia, extending that lead that they had after halftime.
Definitely a solid quarter for them in transition means. They did a great job at forcing turnovers on the defensive end, getting rebounds and breaking out quickly. Two of their guards, in Sammy Johan and Anthony Gibson Maxwell, are two very, very fast players. And even your wings, like Bonzu and stuff, you have great speed. Use it to your advantage, break up the court, make quick passes, let the ball do the work. And they did that in the third quarter there, which led to some great opportunities for them and why they have this 12-point lead right now.
Concordia struggled a little bit with turnovers so far in this one. Is that something you could coach in timeouts, or it's just certain players just unable to get a really good grasp of the ball?
I mean, I think it comes to your lineups as a coach. You got to figure out what players play well together and what players are struggling and put them with players that are having a good game. So Jaheim Joseph, a guy that we're used to having a great game, is struggling a bit. So maybe get two really good ball handlers on the court so you can take the pressure off him of having to control the ball too much and just set up a few plays where he can maybe get an open look out of it.
And do you think him not playing a game is a factor in his slow start today? Last week he didn't play in the win against McGill. He may have been out with an injury that we don't know, but he missed that outing with the Stingers. Does that disrupt sort of the continuity you have as a scorer?
100%. You know, a rest week can either work to your advantage greatly or it can very much hurt you. So if you maybe had a tough week at practice as well after missing the game, it's going to be a big mental block for you heading into the game tonight. But it's Jaheim Joseph. I expect him to come out and have another strong quarter. The one thing that I don't want to see happen for the Stingers, which I've seen them doing so far in the third, is getting too involved with the refs. You cannot let them dictate the game for you. I understand refs can be difficult sometimes. They can make the wrong call, but you cannot let them decide how you go and play the rest of your game. Go and play your game. You either get a call or you don't. You have to live with it that way.
And Leo Verville getting us going now for UQAM. Starting us off, Joseph active early with his hands there, and a handoff to number 3, spinning left and right, blocked by Joseph. Great defensive effort. UQAM gets it back.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't think Joseph blocked that. It looked like he just threw it out of bounds. An unfortunate play there for Concordia. They'll have to make another stop.
And another rebound for Jahan off the missed shot from Leo Verville. Jahan closing in on a double-double of his own at the guard position. Very impressive. Jahan finds Joseph. Joseph gets the screen from Leger. Joseph driving in again for 2, and it's good. Embracing the contact. Now he's getting going. 11 points for him now. David Williams stripped by Bonzu, and Bonzu once again. A little bit of... I'll let you cover that one.
I'll give him that one. The guy did take out his legs. That's a tough play to make. When you feel somebody take out your legs, you're going to fall backwards. Very understandable. But a great play there by Yohan Leger. Something you don't see a big man do too often is pulling the chair from underneath the defender, causing the defender to fall to the left there and lose the ball.
And that adds a foul to the tally for the Citadin. That's their first foul of the quarter. Now there's Jahan. Sweet little jab step driving in. Reverse lay is good for Sammy. 11 now. What a second half for number 9.
Sammy Johan playing like a big man, playing in the paint, getting rebounds on the defensive end, and all his buckets coming within the red area.
And a foul. 3-point shot will give Verville 3 shots at the line. It seems like Johan Leger just threw his arm out there out of frustration, and that's not what you want to do, given Verville 3 free shots at the free throw line. But speaking about Sammy, just driving in, he hasn't really had that shot going so far this season, but getting buckets in the paint, getting those easy shots, when you see the ball going through the hoop, Oliver, I feel like that must get you going.
100%. All you need to see the ball do is drop as a shooter. Once you see the ball drop once, it's going to be great. And, you know, it's obviously a tough start for Sammy, but he hit that big 3 against McGill last week, and I could see him coming out of that shooting slump because of that, and he's done a great job now. Players are going to have to respect his drive, give him a little bit more space on the three-point line, which can maybe give him some better looks out there.
Verville's 3rd shot is up and good. Substitution here for the Citadin. McFadden Jean is going to check in for David Williams. Williams providing some good minutes at the backup 5 spot for the Citadin. There's Sammy. Jahan looking to break the press on his own. Shovel pass there to Dupre on a double team. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. UQAM, great job at not committing a foul. They're putting a lot of pressure on Dupre.
I think Sammy's a good enough of a dribbler to dribble that all the way up. I don't think he should have passed that. The corners are the 2 spots you do not want to give the ball on a press break. Keep the ball in the middle if you can. You cannot get trapped there. And obviously, Citadin do a great job of trapping it on the sideline.
McFadden Jean driving strong with the left, and he goes right. That's good for 2. 12-point game, and Coach Buckley is not happy with the defensive effort from his Concordia Stingers. He has a lot to talk about now with his squad. Looking upset after calling that timeout.
A mental lapse, 2 defensive possessions in a row, 1 on that 3-point foul, and then the next one, just horrible communication. Players not knowing if they need to switch, and what it looks like, what I've seen, they've been switching all game on defense. So not switching there, a couple of missed calls there. Jaheim Joseph and Leger struggling to communicate on that last play leads to the wide open layup and makes it a 12-point game.
And McFadden Jean is going to take whatever he could get. A wide open layup there. It wasn't wide open to begin with. He was driving in strong, and it seems as though the Stingers just pulled away and just gave him that free lay. And McFadden Jean now with 11 points, leading the way, or almost leading the way there for the Citadin. A couple players with 11 and 12 apiece. Gardijan and McFadden Jean been the 2 guys for the Citadin, and we haven't really called Johan Leger's name much since that beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Johan Leger been struggling to get open. He's been having to make a lot of screens off ball to try and get himself open, but Citadin giving him a little bit of Curry treatment tonight, grabbing him, holding him on the screens, not letting him get open, and I've seen the frustration. He's been talking to the refs about it, but still going unnoticed.
And a similar thing happened last week against McGill. Leger finished with 21 points, but in the first half he had 16. Now he started with 26 in the first half, and he still has only 29. So in the second half, really been starting to put on the pressure. As you mentioned, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Jahan driving in strong again, finds Dupre. Dupre for 2. And it rattles home for Emmanuel Dupre. Fading away, gets it to go.
That's a very tough bucket, rising super high up on that shot to get it to go.
And there's Verville. Verville finds Jean. Jean with a mismatch on Bonzu with a great shovel pass inside, but it's blocked by JJ. They'll say there was contact on the body.
It looks like he grabbed the other arm to create that block, not giving the offensive player a chance to protect himself or create any space. So definitely a foul there by Jaheim Joseph.
Ousmane Diawara at the line now, and he gets his first of 2 shots to fall. Diawara with 6 points in the game for UQAM. Second shot is up, rattles out. Leger on the rebound, finds Dupre. Dupre coming off a big bucket. Concordia is going to need some more of those. 13-point game. Dupre finds Bonzu, and his pass goes off the hands of Gardijan.
Just need a pass fake or something. You cannot make a pass that obvious when there's a defender standing right in front of you. look the other way even. The defender's looking at every part of your body to make sure he knows what you're about to do, and you made it very clear that he's going to pass it to Jaheim Joseph there.
And a pass to Jaheim Joseph inside for 2. Wide open. JJ able to convert that. 13 for him now.
And that just shows the gravity that Johan Leger has had in the second half. He set the screen, both defenders going with him, leaving Jaheim Joseph wide open.
And UQAM playing some circus ball here, driving in strong on JJ. Yakovis Hilaire excited after that one. 13-point game once again. Both teams trading buckets now. Concordia just looking to stay in the lead. Dupre pass inside to John for 2. What do you know? Number 9 once again, 13 points for Sammy Jahan.
A beautiful, beautiful no-look pass there leads to the Sammy Jahan layup.
And blocked by Bonzu. Jahan drew the contact and Bonzu finished the job, rising up to swat that away. JJ now controlling it. Concordia back up by 15. JJ out to Dupre. Dupre has Verville. Back to Jaheim for 3. No good off the back of the rim. Verville soaring in to grab that board. Verville has Bonzu. Screened by Jean. Garrity Jean has a mismatch. Verville's going to take Dupre one-on-one and airball it. Jahan with another board. Jahan slowing it down now for 3. And it bounces in. Sammy Jahan can't miss in the second half. 16 points, and now he's feeling it.
Sammy Jahan giving out a bit of a yell there. Good to see a three-pointer drop for him.
Fading away for 2 is Hilaire. Hilaire just taking bad shots now. Very, very contested early into the shot clock as well. Jahan now taking his time again, looking for JJ. JJ wants to find him again. JJ in the corner for Dupre. Dupre taking on Verville, going baseline, out to Bonzu, now to Joseph. Won't go though. Jahan jumping up again for the board, and there's Jean with Joseph. Joseph fouls him, and Jean will go to the line for 2 shots. Back and forth, and that'll end in a trip to the line for Garrity Jean. And they'll call a technical foul on Joseph. Not sure if it's a double tech.
Double tech there, understandable. Both players talking to each other after the play. But honestly, that was not too harsh of a foul there by Jaheim Joseph, and a very smart foul by Jaheim Joseph. Either a wide open layup or 2 free throws for a guy who's subpar at the free throw line.
100%, Oliver. You rather send somebody to the line to earn it than give them a free shot in the paint. That double tech will cancel out, so no additional free throw on either side. It'll just be 2 shots for Garrity Jean here at the line with a chance to cut it to 16.
100%. And then we see a couple substitutions, and Ghost comes back in, and so does Gibson Maxwell. Give the guys a couple minutes of rest. You don't want Jaheim to get another technical or another foul that could maybe lead to a suspension, obviously, right? So you don't want to get kicked out of a game to lead to that, to carry over to the second semester.
Certainly. Give him some time to relax on the bench there for a bit. He's been playing some great ball here for Concordia. 13 points in this one after starting off slow. Now Concordia sporting a small ball lineup here against the Citadins. Solly hasn't seen too much action so far in this game. The matchups just haven't been there for him. So far for Leger, Bonzu, and Ghost, they've been riding with them down low. Coach Buckley and his coaching staff.
Jean missing the first free throw there, so ball does not lie.
Second one's good.
Making the second one, but he's also up to 4 fouls, something to watch out for. Maybe why they're going with a small ball lineup, knowing that if they attack him, he's not going to be able to defend as aggressively as he wishes.
The Stingers with the speed advantage right now for sure. Jahan looking to free himself up. Ghost looking to make the right pass, and he finds Bonzu. And they're going to call the foul against Concordia.
Yeah, bit of a block there on the screen. It's an offensive foul, though, so Citadin will not be shooting as they are in the bonus with 5 minutes remaining here. Something to look out for. It's still only a 17-point game, and with the way the game is played now, no lead is safe.
And we saw last week, Oliver, McGill almost crept back in after being down 15 due to foul shots. And that goes off the legs of Amax, and UQAM gets it back.
Some great defense there by him, keeping his hands active, but it just happened to bounce off his leg instead.
McFadden on the inbound. He finds Hilaire for 3. Hilaire rising up but can't convert. Hilaire's been taking some tough shots in this quarter. Amax just with too much on that one. He was expecting Ghost to be deeper in the paint there, but miscommunication.
Yeah, Ghost did a good job of sealing the mismatch, but just wasn't on the right side when Amax made the pass.
McFadden Jean looking for Verville. He'll hand it off. He'll get it right back, using his speed now to get himself open, driving in. He'll find a pass inside. Now it's Garrity Jean with a chance here. Garrity Jean getting double teamed. Two Stingers all over him, but he draws the foul. Both of them were standing straight up, but regardless, he'll go to the line.
A great double team there by the Stingers, but just a little bit of leaning causing the foul. Great job by Jean there to draw the contact and get back to the line.
And Garrity Jean plays a very, very slow game, really drawing as many players as he can towards his area to make that pass. This time he put up the shot. Again, like you said, a subpar free throw shooter. Can't make the first. You know this Citadin would be a bit closer in this one if they could make some more free throws. Their shooting percentages today have not been up to par with Concordia.
100%. They were leading in the free throw department in the first half, shooting 70% compared to Concordia's 60, but definitely struggling in the second half.
Amax controlling it now for the Stingers. He's been assuming a lot of ball handling responsibilities for Concordia over these past couple games.
Double screen incoming here.
And a double screen indeed. There's Duprat for three. Rebound by Ghost. Ghost looking for the open Leger. Finds him, but bad pass. Wow, what an effort there by Amax to find Jahan. Jahan inside to Ghost. Ghost up and in for two. The Stingers just making it happen.
Great patience by every single Stinger on the court there, making the extra pass, and then in Ghost with some great patience there to pump fake, wait for his defender to jump, and then get the easy layup.
And a great effort by Amax, almost turning it over, but then he dives just to push that ball forward to his teammate, and Leger comes up with that board off the missed shot from Verville. Amax with it now, 18-point game, Stingers pulling away, and that's a push-off. They'll call it on Amax. And he's a little frustrated. He was looking to free himself up, but a clear push.
Again, offensive foul, so it will not be free throws for UQAM. Johan finally checking off after a great second half performance from him, putting up plenty of points and doing a great job on both ends. Probably pretty close to a double-double with the amount of rebounds he pulled down.
100%. He's been leading the team today in the rebounding department. Sammy Jahan, just unbelievable tonight. There's Hilaire looking to do it all by himself again, and he takes it to the hole on Johan Leger. 16-point game, 3 minutes to go. Amax could slow it down a little bit, telling his teammates to do the same. Ghost hands it off to Amax. Amax looking for the cutter. There's Duprat, and they'll say that Verville pushed him, so it'll be the Stingers' ball on the baseline.
Concordia running that pistol action, again, bringing the big man up, trying to get the clear side ball screen. What they're doing, they give it into the big man, give it right back to Amax, and look for a rescreen, trying to get the defense moving, get that two-man game going when you feel you have the mismatches.
And here's a timeout. The Citadins are going to call it. They're down 16. 3 minutes left to go in this game, Oliver. What does Concordia have to do to close out? You have a feeling UQAM isn't going to come back here. 16 points is a lot of points to score with 3 minutes left in the game, especially stopping Concordia that many times down the stretch.
100%. Concordia just needs to stay disciplined on both ends. Keep your hands high. Yes, if they make a bucket, that's all right, but you've only got 3 minutes left in this game. Use at least 15 seconds in each of your shot clocks. Eat up at that clock and get a good look out of it. So get into your sets. Get it into either Amax's hands or somebody that you can trust to run a play, get some ball screens, get some off-ball screens, get the team moving, and then get a shot up. You'd rather a shot on net than a turnover at this point in the game. You do not want the clock to stop. That clock is your friend right now.
I couldn't agree more. Nothing needs to be forced here for Concordia. They have the ability to just run at this clock and get quality shots up. Leger's in the game. Giorgio Ozzie is in the game. Some playmakers are in the game for Concordia. Emmanuel Duprat as well as Amax and Liam Ghost. A bunch of defensive players right now for Concordia and facilitators. So let's see what they could do here to close it out. 3 minutes and change left here in the game. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. Back-to-back games here at John Doerr Court. Hopefully we'll about to see our second win in a row for the Stingers. And no call there. Ghost is all alone down low, and he gets it to go. Liam Ghost with his 8th point of the night. And there's Jean coming in hot. McFadden Jean finds Hilaire. Hilaire going one-on-one with Léger, and he gets it to fall. Hilaire, 17 points now. He's had a big fourth quarter.
He's been calling his number all quarter. Some shots better than others, but a couple layups back-to-back that look great.
Amax now has a lot of space. And they're going to call a foul here. They'll say it's on the Citadin, and Concordia has 14 seconds now to run something under the basket.
I expect a couple screens set by Léger that's either going to lead to him diving to the basket or a wide open look for Ngos again, just like we saw in the last one.
Let's see if you're right. And Ngos sets the screen for Léger for three. Just rattles out. Léger's soft touch there. Couldn't get to go. Amax testing his vert, but UQAM gets it right back. Amax playing disruptor. 13 seconds left. Williams spinning, and he'll draw the foul on Ngos. He'll go to the line for two. Concordia just knocked a minute off of the clock, and they're still up 16 points. Good sign moving forward, although they did send Williams to the line for two.
A great job by Concordia not letting the clock stop until that play, getting offensive rebounds, creating extra plays. They've been doing a great job of that, disrupting defense, just like we saw Amax do there. Yohan Léger with what looked like his first look in about 18 minutes. It's been a long time since we've seen him get a good look at the basket. Unfortunately, that one just rimming out.
As a fan of the game, you just love to see him drop 30 points here with 26 in the first half. 29 points in a youth sports game in the RSAQ is just so impressive, whether you hit that 30 mark or not. And if you talk to Léger after the game, he's going to tell you, just like last week, all I care about is the win. Here's Ozzy looking for Léger. Léger, he wants 30. Léger making the right play, finding Ngos. Liam Ngos now thinking about going baseline, spins left, goes right, going up with the right hand, and what do you know? Liam Ngos, 10 points now, another big layup. There's Hilaire taking on Léger, that's a three. Nothing there. And Williams with a shot of his own, they'll call the foul again, sending him to the line for the second time in the past 35 seconds.
Well, Ngos with a huge fourth quarter. They've gone with a smaller ball lineup, but he's done a great job in the post, creating his own plays, up to 10 points. Looks like they're going to bring in some of the bench here for Concordia as they're up 17 with about a minute 52 to go.
And Léger won't hit 30 tonight, Oliver, but I'm sure the way he's been playing, we'll see it happen at some point in this season. 84-67 the score. Concordia is going to empty out the bench just a bit here. Giorgio Ozzi is going to be joined by Nino Lamboro, Ben Fuster, Miguel Doyon-Jérémy, and Amax is going to stay out there for the Stingers. 16-point game once again. Giorgio Ozzi controlling it, guarded by Leo Verville. Hands off to MDJ. Haven't seen him too much in this one, but we know that he could hoop. Gets the screen from Fuster. Giorgio Ozzi now. Fuster drawing almost another foul there. Fuster able to knock the ball into the hands of Amax. Out to Ozzi for three. No good, but Fuster on the rebound. Ben Fuster loses it, but he's just all over the place. And now Amax controls it next to the logo. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Concordia is going to have to put up a shot, but they're wasting time just as they should be. Amax fading away off the bank, but nobody's home. A minute 10 to go. 15-point game. This is all but over. Verville now looking to add to his totals. No foul but the bucket for Leo Verville. Tough finish for number 11. 14-point game, and the last minute of basketball here at John Doerr Court. MDJ looking for a cool finish there, but the ball will get swatted away.
Great defense there by Williams to get the block. 54 seconds remaining. It's a 13-point game. It was just a 17-point game, which looks like a nicer win for Concordia than 13. They'd love to add one more basket here to boost that score up a little bit.
100%, Oliver, and it should be noted that score differential does matter in the RSAQ. Last year, Concordia and Bishops both finished 14-2. Both losses were against the opposite team, but Bishops finished with a higher point differential, so they ended up getting the 1 seed. So Concordia does want to put up as many points as they can. There's Hilaire. 30 seconds on the game clock, and Verville for three, off the bank and in. Open on a Thursday at 10 p.m. for Verville. MDJ finds Ozzy. 24 seconds to go. He could all but dribble this one out, but UQAM's not quitting. Ozzy finds Lamboro. Lamboro to MDJ. And it's stolen by Verville. Shot clock is off, and that'll be that. And blocked by MDJ, just to let him know it's time to go home. And that's that for Concordia. Massive play there, and Ozzy with a late 3, but it doesn't matter. 10-point win for the Stingers. Back-to-back wins at home to end the 2025 part of the season. Last home game of the year until the new year.
Yeah, great job there by Concordia. Obviously a tough start to the season for them, falling 0-3, but a couple good wins there, a couple spirited wins, some tough ones, came down to the wire in both of them. Coach is probably going to be a little bit disappointed with how that last minute and a half played out. A couple easy buckets for UQAM that made this a 10-point game. It could have been a 20-point game, but UQAM makes it look that much better than it was. So, Coach, a couple things to talk about as they head into practices this week before the exam season. You know, got to give the players some time off to study because they got to stay eligible as well. But a great win for Concordia to head into the break.
And Yohan Leger, these past 2 games, 49 points combined in these last 2 wins for the Stingers. He has been the X factor. Whether Jaheim Joseph has been in the lineup or not, no discredit to JJ. He's been fantastic. But Yohan Leger, a newfound gem for Concordia, playing some huge minutes and the driving force behind this win, along with a bunch of great efforts. There was Jahan finishing with 16 as well, coming off the bench. Concordia really starting to figure out their lineups with 2 wins in a row now.
100%, a great performance by the team. In the end, we see a lot of players filling out that stat board, so a great job there. A game for the Stingers to be proud of as they put in an effort for 40 minutes.
And that'll be that for the 2025 part of the season, Oliver. It's been great to have you here with us for your debut here on the mic doing color commentary. Fantastic tonight. We're looking forward to that second part of the season. Concordia, with their second win, they bring their record to 2-3. UQAM falls to 3-3. On behalf of everybody here on the broadcast team and my partner Oliver Richmond, I'm Blake Saraga. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a great night of Stingers basketball, and we'll see you in the new year.